Hey everybody, it is the Angry Honey Badger, and today we're actually taking a look at this thing right here. It's actually a Xiaomi 3-axis stabilizing gimbal. Now, right now I'm using my cell phone to shoot, which is probably why it looks the way it looks. And I mean, this is a gimbal meant for a smartphone. So obviously forward-facing camera on my phone right now recording me and the audio coming off of, the phone itself. So quality for those two things are down to the phone. But right now, I mean, I'm holding it, I'm kind of turning, and I can tilt and move this thing how I want. And it does move and it reacts fairly well. So if you're using this thing for a vlog type scenario, kind of like how this is at the moment, then maybe this is something you're looking into. Or if you want to use this in the field, which is what I'm interested in using it for, maybe we can test it somewhere a little more interesting than my house and see exactly how things turn out. Well, luckily I had the good fortune of doing that, because I took this thing to CES with me and recorded a few things while I was at some of the booths and some of the suites, checking out some of the cool tech that was there. So let's dive in and see how it looks there, and I will talk and reflect about my experience using this gimbal. First off, I'm starting with a small disclaimer. While at CES, this was my first time using this thing, so I'm not perfect at using the controls, but overall I'm actually pretty impressed with the quality of both the gimbal and my phone. For those wondering, I am using my Galaxy S8 Plus with the gimbal, and that is about as large of a phone as you can use with this thing, as it is very snug within its mounting points. If you don't want to use a phone, you can clip in action cameras like a GoPro into place, as it does have a pretty tight grip and it can be used for those. Besides that, let's talk about features on this thing. Powered by a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, this thing will last a long time while shooting in the field. Quoted at lasting actually 16 hours, which is quite a long time. One of my favorite features is the AI Smart Track system. While not perfect in all conditions, depending on the lighting, the Smart Track system lets you select a target as it either moves, or if you are moving in front of it with the gimbal, it will track the subject and keep it within the frame of the video. This feature is going to be great for me when I'm shooting PC components or anything else that I want to keep in the frame of the video. If you want to keep things under your own control, there is an option to use the thumbstick on the front that will then, let you guide the gimbal in the direction and angles that you want. And you can also use a digital zoom that is on the back of the gimbal as well to get a little bit closer to the subject matter that you are shooting. Shooting both video and photo is possible and expected, and the trigger on the back also allows you to stabilize the gimbal in an instant if you need to reset your shot and start over. And as an added bonus, you can mount the whole gimbal to a tripod, which I can see being very useful if you wanted to track someone in a scene for a long period of time, or even use the time-lapse feature for certain shots, which is pretty handy. The whole thing, with all these features and a few others, is actually sub $100 at the time of filming this video, which if you ask me is pretty good value for what you get out of this gimbal. Now, as much as I plan to use this thing for future videos, there are a few things to keep in mind. First off, if you speak English like me, and not Chinese, then the setup could be difficult for you. All of the information that this comes with is in Chinese, and if you scan the QR code to download the app that runs the gimbal and your phone together, it is also in Chinese. The good news is I can save you some time since you made it this far in the video. If you go to your app store and just search Mi Gimbal, this is the English version of the same app that the Chinese QR code takes you to. And after that, setup is a breeze. The only real missing feature for me personally is a 4K shooting mode within the app. My phone can support 4K filming, but the app only supports up to 1080p 60 FPS. It's not the end of the world, but it would be nice if 4K phones could be supported. One other little thing that would be a nice little add-on was if this came with a small kind of carrying bag or a case, besides the box that it comes in, which the packaging is nice, but something to carry it around with so you don't have to use the box as its place of holding all the time would be kind of nice. But besides that, this is a solid device that I do in fact recommend. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Check out the product link in the description as well if you want to learn more about the Xiaomi 3-axis gimbal, and subscribe for more future video content if you want to see stuff coming soon. Besides that, thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next video.